there you go. You can imagine yourselves in those pictures and more. Okay. So thank you so much, Professor Dr. Zaini Abdullah, Associate Professor Dr. Sufyan Samsudin, and Associate Professor Dr. Aziz Abdullah. The greats of ICANN are here to show support for you people should you become these successful candidates. And to kick off the session, I have the pleasure of inviting Professor Dr. Zaini Abdullah to give a short briefing and a little welcome speech.
Sure. Thank you, Fairuz. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and salam UiTM. Certainly is a pleasure to be here this afternoon. I could have missed this opportunity because I was together with Professor Dr. Sufyan, Dr. Azizan at the MEA presentation in what's the name of the hotel now? Pulse Hotel, used to be called Shangri-La Putrajaya. And we hope that we'll go into second round or the finalists. InsyaAllah, kita doa bersama. But more important than all, whether we win or not, we will continue moving forward. And this afternoon's session is a session on the so-called introduction as well as reflecting on the CEO at Faculty program. Number one, I'm very glad because CEO at Faculty is now put in charge of ICANN. Not that anything that I despise in the context of CEO at Faculty is very much a university industry ecosystem, but the fact that we can put a lot more focus in the context of this ecosystem in supporting the CEO at Faculty. And that's exactly what I told Prof. Kamal, even though he is on board the steering committee, he has got a lot more on his desk than just to look at CEO at Faculty. Somehow, I think this direction in terms of ICANN, my office, take charge, or rather take the responsibility in ensuring that our CEO at Faculty will move forward is certainly a challenge. Not only that, but it's something that we would like to make sure that we give a value add to this so-called experience as well as this engagement. And you know, the university is a very large university, and in this near afternoon presentation that I presented on behalf of the university, the panelist was asking, in the context of with such huge universities, resources, and locality all over the country, how do we actually manage it? How do we put in our students, particularly our lecturers, in the context of moving forward, ensuring that we are always at the leading edge of the higher education agenda? The thing is very simple. If we put our mind and heart together, and if we manifest the objective, the vision and mission of the university in the context of why we are here, why do we exist, why do we need to move forward, I think there is nothing that can stop us. We are also talking about the quadruple helix in the context of how we engage academia with industry, with community, and not forgetting also with the government. So this is something that we are really moving on, working on it. And the structure of ICANN is such that we have all these 3 or 4 components that is within us. So this certainly will facilitate whatever agenda that we want to do. So we are blessed with this, and not only that, we take the challenge from KPT, higher education, the context of moving forward with the CEO at Faculty. Many faculty as such have to take seriously in the agenda of how do we engage ourselves with the industry, the community, and the like. And for that, on part of the university, we have taken the lead in the context of building what we call the IAP, or the Industry Advisory Panel, at the highest level possible to bring in all these, what we call very important people, to provide us with the guidance and the input in terms of how do we engage with the industry. And I hope the Dean and the Rectors of State Campus will do likewise in the context of moving this agenda. Because one of the questions that was asked to us today is how do we permeate all this agenda, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's industry linkages to the masses that we have. This can only be done if there is a very clear governance and structure that we put into place. So that is what my office has been doing. And that is what we put in the mechanism to ensure that they would happen. Today we have with us, excuse me, those that have gone through the phase of CEO at faculty, and we are moving to the next phase of CEO at faculty 2, right? So this sharing session of the fellows in the cycle 1 is certainly an experience that we should share together. And I think this afternoon we have the aspirants or those who intend to go for CEO at faculty cycle 2. Do we? Yes. Maybe more coming, but they are also busy with some other things. But let's put our heart and mind and soul together so that when we engage ourselves with the industry, we are not only the ambassador, but we put ourselves in the context of how lecturers of UiTM, academia of UiTM, work closely and engage closely with the industry. I think this speaks highly of those that went through the first cycle. I received a lot of comments, good comment of course. Some have already become the adopted daughters and sons of the industries. All right? And certainly this is something that we would like to instill, and we would like this to happen more. So young aspirants, those who are going for the cycle, the second cycle, make sure you are as committed as them. Because the so-called the test or the assessment of going through this is quite laborious and quite stringent. Right? And they have made it. Even though there were 9 of us to begin with, but 4 decided to decline, not because they do not want to join the program, because other commitments have overtaken them upon that. But I could say congratulations and a lot of accolades to those who have made it. And they are with us this afternoon, and they will share their experience in terms of how the second cycle will be better than the first cycle. I'm not saying that because they are less better than you, because as we move on, there is always that continuous, what we call improvement. So that is the challenge, right? That is something that the first cycle would become your mentors or the help in terms of how you can do it better. One of the things that I gather from this exercise is the rapport between the industry and the university is getting closer and closer. I say that for a fact because my office look at the university industry engagement. I know many of this CEO of the companies that you are at, and they are somebody that I can call anytime, but of course noting the fact that I need to call them on urgent matters, and they will give their listening ear, not only that, but also their commitment in terms of helping the university move forward. And some of them are alumni of the university. It doesn't matter whether you are alumni or not, but what is important is how serious are we in the context of engaging ourselves with the industry. So the CEO is there, always open. Doesn't matter where they are Chinese, Indian, Malays, Bajau, whatever it is. But they are all Malaysian, and we hope that they spell the fact that even we are a Bumiputra institution, but we are always open in the context of our engagement. So these are some of the things that I thought it makes a difference as far as UiTM is concerned. So that's why, together with Dr. Azizan, we put our fight in the context that we are here because not so much to win the competition, but to set a benchmark. And our benchmark is something that people need to understand in the context of what difference do we do. And I think this is what the gentlemen and the ladies are doing, and we hope we will continue doing it. We at ICANN will support you in whatever ways that we can. And inshallah, with our Vice Chancellor and the rest of senior management, the other TNCs will continue to support it. And I hope, I sincerely hope, and I'm going to tell the Dean and Senate, as well as the directors of campus, give them that breathing space so that they can do it not on their own account, not because of their individual agenda or their personal agenda, but the agenda is to carry the university and the industry together. I think that is the message I'm telling them. Some of them are very close friends of mine, and I hope this will continue as far as the CEO at faculty for the second cycle, and we hope we'll get more. I suppose USM is leading the pack with 70. Right? It is not about numbers that matter, it's about quality. Even though we have 2, but the 2 beat the 70, that is fantastic. But we hope we get more than 2. Lah. All right? And I was told there are already 30 aspiring ones. 32. And the numbers keep on climbing. All right? So please tell your friends, particularly the young lecturers, to come on board, because you will do this in the context of your experience and going back and sharing this with the faculty, with the university. On that note, I pray to Allah the Almighty that we are always on the right track and we will do things together. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Zaini Abdullah, for that highly inspiring welcome message. And for the next part of this forum sharing session, I shall hand over the mic to our moderator of the group, which is Dr. Aida Firdaus from FSG, from Applied Sciences. Thank you, ladies. If you can hold the floor, it's your turn. Thank you very much.
Or should I just sit there? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon. Yang berbahagia, Profesor Dr. Zaini Abdullah, Deputy Vice Chancellor of ICANN, Associate Professor Dr. Sufyan, the Director of ICANN, the Chief Deputy Registrar, Datin Nur Batahati Mano from ICANN, Associate Professor Dr. Azizah Abdullah, the Assistant Vice Chancellor of MASMED, and also PM Fairuz, the Head of Communication of ICANN. I would like to say thank you for the full support that we get from ICANN itself and also from the top management of UNTM. And today we're going to have this sharing session from the Fellow of CEO Faculty Program Cycle 1. Okay, without further ado, I will just go with the forum. Okay, let me just be a bit santai and maybe I can sit here. Okay, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have been with the industry for 6 months, right? From September 2011 until February 2018. So can you all just share with us and with the rest of the potential future CEO at Faculty Fellows 2.0, right? What actually motivates you to apply this program? Okay, maybe Dr. Azman can start first.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge ICANN for their full support today, and thank you everyone for coming here. The first thing that motivated me in the beginning, because in the beginning we don't have this kind of sharing session last year, so I think at that time I was thinking there are gaps between academia and industry. I mean, for that reason I think you have to be in industry and see what those industry want from university. And the second thing I think what they promote at that time is not about leadership, it's about income generation. Where we can actually help the university to generate income for our university. So that's the 2 reasons that motivate me. Thank you.
I can talk without the mic. Yeah, I don't need the microphone. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So initially, I wanted to join this program just for the fun of it. It sounds fun. It sounds challenging. So I'm a bit of a person I like challenges. So I joined. I want to join. So my director, RE director, and my dean, FSKM dean, they were very supportive out of it lah. So when I really want to join the program, I have to table out why I really want to join to my other half, because he knew that this is a very it requires high commitment. Yeah, it requires high commitment. This is not a secret. You have to be there from morning until night, possibly throughout the weekends. So then I'll think deeply why I want to join this program. First, I want to know how much I'm worth. So that's why I have to go out there, because I also want to be relevant in what I'm doing. So that is the reason. The other thing is that this is not just another industrial internship. You are attached directly to the CEO. That is the main motivation. When you are attached to the CEO, it's like no borders. If the CEO say yes, you can do that, then the others has to follow through. Yeah, that's the three motivations that motivates me to be in this program.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Idayah Husna binti Muhammad and I'm from Faculty of Business Management, Puncak Alam. Okay, the main reason for me to join this program is to get out of the comfort zone of going to Puncak Alam and teach and do all the admin stuff. So it's time now to go out and see the world and learn a thing or two about the corporate world and come back to the university and give back to the students, to the academics, right? Yeah, at first it looks like it seems to be like, okay, let's have some fun in the industry away from teaching and so on, but we'll share more later about that. Okay, so stay tuned.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. I'm Khalil Omar from the same faculty as Dr. Husna. We are from Faculty of Business Management in UiTM Puncak Alam. So the motivation, basically, both of us were instructed to apply by our boss. So, but it is a good, instruction because the opportunity that comes with it. I'm so glad to join this. Before this, I was from the industry myself before I joined UiTM. But then I realized the last time I was like an executive, quite low rank. So because I want to have experience working with the chief, so that's why I joined this program. Furthermore, to refresh my knowledge about industry, because I teach HRM, so it is important to have the current development on how people manage in the industry. So that's my reason.
Thank you for this session. And as for me, I always believe that leaders are not born, right? They are made through hard effort and training. Okay. Alright, so I choose this program because I think I need to learn on how to manage people. Okay, I've been with UiTM for 6 years. On the 2nd of April is my 6 years in UiTM, and I've been with the management for 4 years. 2 years as a program coordinator and 2 years as the head of KIK, okay, in INCA. So I find somehow quite difficult to manage people because some consider us as young. So by going through this program, CEO at Faculty program, I really hope that I can improve my leadership skill and to see how young people can actually be a good leader, right? So I'm very sorry because we are too eager to start and we actually forgot to introduce ourselves. Okay, alright, so my name is Aida Firdaus Muhammad Nur Azmi. I'm from Food Science and Technology program, Faculty of Applied Sciences. So let's introduce yourself. So sorry, I attached to QSR Brands Neighborhood. If you know KFC, Pizza Hut, Ayamas, so that is where I belong for the past 6 months.
Okay, my name is Siti Azman Yuswa. I'm from Faculty of Pharmacy, and I'm attached to PKT Logistic Sendirian Berhad. So to emphasize on what Dr. Shuhaida said just now, and to make sure that this program is not another specialization course for your research or current knowledge. Is a leadership program. For that reason, people keep asking me why you keep going to logistic company and you are from pharmacies. Everybody will ask the same thing, and then it's actually the main reason why I try I'm doing that for the reason that I keep telling myself I'm doing on different thing. If I want to specialize on my core thing, I'll go for postdoc, right? So I went for my postdoc for that reason. So I choose the company which is not related to science at all. It's logistics, it's social science. So I think I get what I want. So.
But the MT picked you.
That's another story.
Yeah. Okay. my name is Shuhaida Muhammad Shuidan. So some people call me Shu, some people call me Dida. I have some friends here, say hi. Okay, so I'm attached to Tan Sri, Datuk Sri Lodin Buk Kamaruddin, Bastet Holdings, LTAT, and the others. Yeah. Yep, that's all.
Hi again, my name is Idayah Husna Muhammad. People call me Husna. I'm attached to CIMB Group under the supervision of Datuk Hamidah Naziadin, the Chief Group HR of CIMB. I did not bring any Optos for you guys today. You know Optos, right? That soft toy from CIMB. I did not bring them for you guys today.
Okay, I'm Khalil Omar, you can call me K. I was attached to Datin Sri Badrunisa Muhammad Yasin Khan. She is a Chief Group Talent Officer of Axiata Group Berhad. Okay.
Maybe Dr. Khalil can start first, okay? We want to know more about your perception or what are key takers from your CEO. You can introduce your CEO and tell the
Okay,
audience.
my actually Chief Talent Officer from Axiata, Datin Sri Badrunisa. So at first we didn't pick her. Of course, we are being assigned to any CEO.
Selected.
Selected.
Yeah.
Handpicked by design. Okay, so a lot of things that I've gotten from this experience is that in terms of the latest industry management in terms of people. And for example, in Axiata, a big telecommunication companies around Asia, they have like 11 subsidiaries in 11 countries. So I learned a lot how she managed people there, especially in terms of 12,000 employees. They even moved very fast in terms of technology. For example, they have actually implemented digital jam, which is a way to change people's mindset in terms of technology. So it was not in the textbook, of course. I involved in the project from the beginning, how we set up the process on how to change people's mindset. And then a lot of things as well in terms of Axiata, the Young Talent Program. Axiata is a very talent company. They actually have a program specially made for all people outside there, for example, from students in school, in university, as well as young working professional. We are also involved with the program. So I learned a lot on how you actually develop talent from actually the young school. So they have this, and they invite us to join them as well to be the participant as well as the observer and organizer. And furthermore, in terms of how the company actually changed in terms of the rapid subsidiary, they have a lot of subsidiaries involving Axiata Digital Service that just actually signed with UiTM, the collaboration in terms of digital boost. That is one of the big project in Axiata in UiTM. So I also involved in terms of trying to get the connection in terms of talent. That's why they are also signing a program with the UiTM in terms of developing talent. Okay.
Okay, as for me, my CEO is Datuk Hamidah Naziadin, Chief Group HR of CIMB Group. Basically, what I do in university is to teach HR. So naturally, when we go for the interview, they pick. I mean, the CIMB people pick me because of the similarities of topic. Okay, but when we get to CIMB, Datuk did not just teach us about HR, but we go further into community services, CSR, and also event management, redeployment in CIMB. So we were being taught about a lot of various topics that are even not related to what we're doing. So on the other hand, Datuk Hamidah also is a very powerful lady. To have a powerful, strong woman to head the organization is really something. So it was a great opportunity to learn about her leadership skills, communication skills, and so forth. And one of the quote that most memorable that Datuk gave was, in order to be a leader, you also have to be a follower. You have to adapt with the situation that you are in. It's not that you are the leader and you are gonna like mengarahkan orang, but also you have to sometimes become a follower and let your subordinate decide in terms of decision making. But that's not all. We'll share more of the activities in CIMB in our next session.
So I'm attached to Baustate Holdings with Tan Sri Datuk Sri Lodin bin Kamarudin. He is also the Chief Executive of Lembaga Tabung Angkatan Tentera since I was born, August 1982. So, okay, there was some time. So, as to reflect to that, I would say that he has a big heart. He always think of the tentera lah, all the militaries. How would the fund would benefit them? How would they survive after they retire? As you know that all the militaries they retire early as compared to us government servant, right? So how would they survive for the next 20 years after they got their pension and everything? So I would say in conclusion to that, he has a big heart. We always talk about it when we have a mentoring session, one-to-one session. We'll talk about Malays. We also talk about UiTM. How would we bring UiTM further? He's also one of the